Hello everyone and welcome to a review of the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and this is by Stuart Turton. I must say I really do enjoy the cover on this. So in these little diamonds you have what could be murder weapons in a way, or clues. So you have a revolver, you have a chess piece, poison, you have a compass, and then on here you have a inkwell with a feather pen, and that's the book publisher's symbol. You have a martini glass, you have a horse rocker thing, you have a mask, and I think it's like a death mask, but anyway, it's a mask, and then a book. So, okay, so this book, let me go ahead and show you. So the cover is just red underneath the dust jacket with gold on the side, on the spine, and then there is a map of Blackheath, which is where the Death of Evelyn Hardcastle takes place. And so you have the boathouse, the lake, a well, the manor, an aerial view, and it's the same thing on the back. Okay, so this particular edition of 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle is 430 pages. I listened to the audiobook as well, and I did like the audiobook. I think the narrator did a decent job. It's definitely not the best audiobook I've heard. A male person narrates this. It did get quite annoying at times when he would try to change his voice to depict the female characters. That did get annoying quite a bit, but the male characters were great as far as the narration goes. But when it came to the female characters, the male narrator, at times it was just like, okay, other times it was pretty grating and harder to tell if you're going just off of tone of voice which female character he was depicting at that time, but it was fine. Now, one thing, I don't know if the narrator was right or not with the pronunciation of this character's name, because according to the audiobook, it's Evelyn Hardcastle. I have never heard the name Evelyn. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but I've always heard it pronounced Evelyn. So, Evelyn or Evelyn. So, yeah, however you want to pronounce that. But I guess I really should say it is the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, because the narrator should have that correct. So, Evelyn. That's what I'll go with, is Evelyn Hardcastle. So, this one we're following, there's this character. You do find out the character's name, but not until later on in the book. I, right off the bat, do not remember the main character's name. He just, one day you wake up and it's in the perspective of this one person who thinks he witnessed the death of Evelyn Hardcastle in the woods and goes for help. Anyway, at the end of the day, or if the character that this person is for that day gets killed, then the person that's living this day over and over wakes up in a different host, is what it's called, so a different body. So he wakes up as this guy that was in the woods, he wakes up as a butler, he wakes up as one of the hosts is a drug dealer, one of them rapes and assaults women, so that's kind of alluded to, but you do know it's there because it is mentioned as far as his sick past for one of the hosts. So you just kind of go round in circles with him, and he tries to pick up clues, and you know, at some point it's like, what can be changed if this day is just going to reoccur over and over and Evelyn's going to die every single day? Is there something that can be done that will ultimately save her life? And who is it that is killing Evelyn Hardcastle? So, you know, it's kind of like Clue is the best way to describe it. There's just all these clues There is another little kind of plot thread through this, is there is this person, oh, what is he called? I can't remember. It's not, I kind of want to say this Stuart, not like as in person, but like this role. I don't know. But there's this character who is on a path to kill all these hosts to prevent this guy from that is inhabiting these hosts from solving the murder of Evelyn Hardcastle. So, and then it's all about like, who can you trust, who can you not trust. I thought that was good. I will say I was not expecting the couple of twists at the beginning. I was completely fooled, was completely taken by surprise. And I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I ultimately gave it, I believe, a 4-star. Let me see. Let me pull it up on my phone. Because I may have given it more like a 4.5. But definitely no less than a 4-star. Let's see. Okay. I think I just left it at a 4-star, so at least according to Goodreads, and I don't have a note stating otherwise. So that's what I'll go with, is 4 stars for the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. As far as the writing goes, I really enjoyed this. I think the writing was done well. I don't know. It's like not all the characters were pretty much what I can actually see being believable, especially in higher circumstances and higher circles. You have a drug dealer that's at your beck and call. You have a doctor that's on your payroll. You have this scandal with if this child is really their child or someone else's child, product of an affair, or something like that. So you've got a smattering of everything. You have servants and how they're treated and how other people view them, and how people react in certain situations. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought that was really good. The only big issue was the male narrator narrating a female voice. I have had listened to books where there is a male narrator that does a good job with narrating female voices. I think this narrator needs a little practice with that, but potential is there. But yeah. Anyway, so I don't know, 4 stars, highly recommend. I was intimidated by this because there was so much hype around this book and so many people loved it. I must say I am right on that hype train with this. I love this book. So this is one I will definitely hold on to and reread quite a few times in the future. And yeah, I do know that this is definitely one that's any reread is not going to live up to the first read, because I know what the plot twists are, but I may upon reread see some subtle clues that I completely missed upon the first one. So I don't know, I look forward to these, and this does very much give clue vibes. You have the bedroom, you have the conservatory, you have the castle, the grounds of the manor, all this stuff. So if you like the movie Clue or like playing the board game Clue, you very well might like this book. Clue is one of my favorite games. Not my favorite, ultimate favorite, but it is one of my top favorite games. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. So yes, 4 stars, highly recommend. And that'll be it for this review. Again, the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, according to the narrator, by Stuart Turton. So until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. Oh, and let me know if you've read this and if you liked it. So stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.